my name is Angela. I've been a midwife for over 27 years and I'm currently working as a bank midwife at Birmingham Women's Hospital. This has been a unique experience for me, providing support via WhatsApp groups and Zoom sessions. To see the women initially very afraid and unaware of what the services that are available within maternity, and sometimes they had very low confidence at the beginning, but to see them grow and blossom and then go on to support other women and other mothers.
I got pregnant. When I found out I'm pregnant, it was the very beginning of COVID. I was very worried, I was very scared. I couldn't see my GP. I do suffer from anxiety as well, so I couldn't access any help. Kathleen, I believe it was Kathleen who told me about the group, WhatsApp group, which I joined not having really much expectations of it, because what can you get really over WhatsApp? Not much. I was very worried. I was very, very scared. I couldn't. I felt nobody was listening to what I wanted to say. Nobody cared about the experience I wanted to have when it comes to labor. I have to say, I don't know what I would have done without the group. It was a great initiative, and I'm glad I knew about it and I could join, because I don't know what I would have done. I was feeling really overwhelmed by everything that's happening in the world. And in this kind of time, to be pregnant again and have to go through the hospital appointments all by yourself without the husband next to you, trying to think who you're going to leave your kids with to go to the appointment when you can't see your family. It was scary, but we went through it thanks to the group. And I have to say, I had the better labor than I had before. Everything was much better. My experience in the hospital was much more pleasant, and I have to say this is thanks to the group. I would never expect this from a WhatsApp group. I just want to say thank you, ladies. I feel very emotional. You have helped me a lot. I'm so glad I found your group.
Yeah, really, the group was just there for support. I think what I loved the most was that, any time in the day, if I had any question, no matter how small, no matter how big, I'd get responses from at least 10 different people offering me somewhere between personal anecdotes for the other mothers in the group to professional medical advice from the midwives. There was also a physiotherapist in the group, so when I had some back problems as a result of a slipped disc, I was able to get instant support. Really, what was the most important thing for me, especially with lockdown, is the fact that I knew that I had somebody there to talk to. I'd never met any of these women. I've still never met any of these women in real life, but they feel like friends. They were my support network. The approachable parenting staff and the other mothers in the group were there for me in a way that my friends and family just couldn't be. It's so funny because I remember there was one woman in the group and we were literally video chatting her as part of the Wednesday meetings while she was in hospital having her induction. Those are moments that you don't expect to share with strangers, but actually I believe that some of the people that I've met through this group will be a part of my life for a long time. I just felt so relaxed. I felt so in control. I felt like I really knew my body. I knew what was right. So I was in labour and I didn't even realise, because it was a pain-free labour pretty much. I was remembering, all those little tidbits of information that the sisters told me about not pushing too hard, and really feeling the baby come down by itself, and trying to keep your environment calm. When you've had a long night or you're thinking, why is the baby feeling like this, you can just go, and you've got all these years of experience from all the women in the group to know everything you're experiencing is normal, and every baby is really different. Of course you can read books Of course, you can speak to family members, but there's something about getting advice from somebody who doesn't know you personally, so you know that nothing they tell you or nothing they advise you is about you individually. They're never going to say you're a bad mother. They're never going to pass judgment, because there's a level of detachment, which means that any advice they give you is genuine and from the heart. I think another key thing about approachable parenting is there aren't many services out there that are directed at Black women or Muslim women, and I'm both. And you know, when I see these other classes from other organisations, all I see is white women, and I'm like, well, how do I fit into that? How am I going to be advised when people don't believe in God in the same way that I do, or don't understand my faith, and thus don't understand when I say, well, I have to do this because Islam says I have to do this, or, well, yes, I do this because that's part of my culture, that's part of my blackness, that's part of my Africanness.
I joined the prenatal pregnancy group when I was 7 weeks pregnant. I am currently 35 weeks pregnant, so we're almost there now. And although this is my third pregnancy, so I feel a little bit experienced in terms of what pregnancy entails for me, I have felt that the prenatal pregnancy group has been absolutely invaluable, actually, just to have such wonderful midwives like Jo and Angela and all the other women who monitor and support the group. They're at my fingertips to ask any question I want, however trivial and silly it may seem. I honestly feel so lucky to have this group on my phone. Whenever I've got any questions or anything I'm worried about, I know I can ask the question there and it'll be completely non-judgmental. Really, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to joining the postnatal group once my little baby is born.
My name is Anna Mette, chartered physiotherapist, where I have been monitoring the prenatal and postnatal group on a daily basis together with midwife Jo and Angela, as well as the approachable parenting team. For some reason, they hold back and they don't share what they're experiencing with anyone. So they don't feel they're having a little bit of mistrust in the system, or they don't feel as if they can go anywhere and get the help that they need. Yeah, so they were rather posted in the group, and that's where the midwives and myself has trying to be very quick to respond to these messages and to encourage the women and empower them to really go and seek medical help. But it has been a real joy being part of this multidisciplinary team, and it has been a real joy seeing all these women in the group coming together and supporting each other emotionally and mentally and spiritually in so many different ways, and just having that beautiful community. And it has been a real joy to witness that. Yeah, so it has been a great blessing.